Welcome back to Istanbul Park, where it is now Group 2. Fernando Alonso and Daniel Ricciardo. Welcome to you both. Good to see you. Fernando, I feel we should start with you. You haven't raced here since 2011. Are you excited to be back?
Yeah, it sounds like a long time ago, but it was the same for everybody until last year, I guess. So, yeah, I'm happy to be back. I like this place for sure. The circuit is very challenging and quite interesting, the layout. Last year, apparently the grip was not great with the asphalt, so let's see this year if it's a little bit more fun. But yeah, I like Istanbul. I like the people here, very passionate. We saw even today on the track walk, you know, all the marshals and everyone is so happy to welcome the race here. So I'm happy.
Pleased to hear that you've continued doing your track walk. On the subject of the track surface, what did you see on your track walk? Does it look different? I know you weren't here last year, but in terms of, is there a lot of oil on the surface? What can you see?
Yeah, I was not here last year, so I think it is difficult even for the team to spot the differences while walking. So let's see tomorrow on track. But I hope it is better. It's 1 year old, and I don't know if they race here the national championships or anything during the year, but it cannot be worse in a way. I think it was quite bad last year, so I think it's going to be an improvement.
Daniel, can I bring you in on this, the subject of the grip levels? What are your memories of last year, and what have the team told you about changes for this year?
Memories were unique, very unique conditions. Because it was, even when it was dry, it wasn't slippery like a wet track. You know, there's different kinds of levels of low grip and what it does and how it feels. And yeah, it was just kind of hard to get hold of it, I guess, is maybe the best way to explain. But yeah, it was all right. I mean, it was interesting. I do believe that they've done some pretty good changes, or some beneficial changes to the track. The technique, how they've blasted it, or however it's called. So I think that should expose a little bit more of, this is me making this up, what I'm about to say, expose a bit more of the stone and give it a few more edges so we can actually get the tire to bite into it a bit more. So professional track builder here.
Fab, thank you. Now, Fernando, just back to you briefly, please. Almost on the podium last time out in Russia. Just how frustrated were you to lose that position at the end of the race?
Not really, because obviously we came into the race with no thoughts on the podium or no hopes that we could fight for the podium. Then the race unfolds a little bit better than expected, and we were in that position until the rain came heavily. But you know, it was our best race anyway, so I'm happy with P6 and with the performance that we had in Sochi, and hopefully we see something similar this weekend.
Now, it was remarked on by a couple of people after the race that you went across the runoff area at turn 2 on your lap to the grid. You then went through the runoff area on the opening lap as well. Why did you do that?
Just to see the questions here in Istanbul. Just to confirm.
Braking zone and.
No, just to confirm. You know, when I do things, they have a different behavior. You know, and a different repercussion on the following event. You know, so now maybe they change the runoff area in lap 1 in the first couple of corners. I've been the idiot on track for most of the championship while I've been overtaken from the outside of the asphalt for many people in the first couple of races, and even in Austria. I remember Austria 1, Austria 2, and nothing happened, and there were not questions on the following race. And now, after Sochi, there is a question, so it's a confirmation.
Thank you, Fernando, for that. Daniel, back to you. Let's talk about your race in Russia. Finished 4th. How happy were you with your pace?
Crossing the line in 4th, I was, relatively pleased. Obviously, it's a it's definitely one of the better, let's say, finish results, end of race results for me this year. So it was good to get that and to get the points. I think there was moments of the race I was, let's say, happier with, but I think generally the pace wasn't that strong, or not as strong as I would like, analysing the race after and looking over it. So, I think we recovered well, and I think that's also what Sunday's about. It might not always be the fastest guy wins, or it's how you manage your pace and your race and all that. So, and look, obviously, with the changing conditions at the end, we were, I would say, on it with that call. I did go off a couple times on the lap that I was going to come in, so that was like more confirmation to me, like I can't stay on. And a few cars that passed me on that lap as well were on the medium tyre. And I think to keep some temperature in that tyre was probably a little easier, where I was on the hard, and it was already, even before the rain, it was starting to drop a bit temperature, I could see. So once I started to go slower with the rain that was falling, it made my decision easy. So that was, it was a pretty obvious decision. So I'm not saying we pulled something out of the hat. It was just clear, and that was what it did, and put us in a good position. But long-winded answer. I don't know.
How good is your car now? Can McLaren start challenging Red Bull and Mercedes on a regular basis, and even start having an influence in this title fight if you start taking points away from them?
I mean, we've definitely been looking like that. Certainly more often, the last few weeks. Well, I mean, I think Lando's been there pretty much all year, and it's starting to, let's say, look more promising for me as well. But I mean, looking at obviously Lando's race, the part in the dry was very strong, contending there. And I think it's still a little track dependent for us as a team. I don't think we're universally strong across the board, every track layout we go to. But I think the ones that we're strong on, we seem to be able to really take it to the top two teams.
Great. Thanks to both of you. Let's go to our fan question now. Please take a listen to this.
Merhaba. If you could put wheels on a F1 car, could you race F16 jet? Bol şanslar.
Thank you for that great question. So, guys, if you could put wings on a Formula One car, could you race an F16 jet?
I don't think so.
We have too much downforce or drag. I don't know how it works when you're flying.
I will not be happy to race
No?
F16. Yeah, we need more power.
Yeah, we'd need a bit more power. I think we could be nimble enough. So I think in combat, we would definitely move well. But we have no ammunition, so we're defending the whole time.
I think the F16 has a maximum speed of 1,500 miles an hour.
Yeah.